how can I talk? How can I work like this? How? Hello loves. I just started a new job as a senior account executive at a PR agency. I figured I'd give a glimpse into what my agency does, what my first week looked like here. And also I wanted to share a tip for how I have been overcoming fear of failure at a new job. So let's get to it. Now, I know what you're probably thinking when I say PR. You probably imagine that I work on campaigns for like Coca-Cola or Nike or I don't know, McDonald's, but there's actually a ton of different types of PR agencies that specialize in everything from finance to nonprofits to life science, which is what my agency does. We help science companies tell their story through a variety of methods, which include through branding, through website creative, social media, earned media, and a lot more. As a senior account executive, I help manage the client relationship throughout the agency, but I also help develop communication strategies and also connect clients with journalists, which is my favorite part. Media relations, which is like a subset of PR, is all about building relationships with journalists so that your clients can tell their story through the media. And as you can imagine, it's important for every company to do this, but it's especially important for science companies. To be honest, my first week at this new job was actually pretty busy, and I guess I kind of expected to ease into things and get to know the company and the people and the clients, but there wasn't a lot of time for that. And my first week was packed with a ton of different meetings. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Learning a lot of new stuff already, so it's been good.
How have the first couple of days been?
They've been interesting.
I told him, he was like, oh, it was going to be scripted. I said, yes. And he goes, oh, I'm going to get my Denzel on. So he's going to get his Denzel on.
I mean, we put chronic kidney disease in different stages. They
just opened up to really show what our capabilities are.
Okay.
They've grown so much.
And of course I had to deal with computer issues. My work laptop, the fan is blowing so loudly. How can I talk? How can I work like this? How? But I still managed to find some time to watch some of my favorite YouTube creators and learn more about the craft. Just don't tell my boss. But the biggest thing for me this week was actually managing my fear of failure. I feel like a lot of people think the same way that I do, in that when you start a new job, you want to come in and immediately make an impact, or you want to bring value. But I really wanted to change that mindset this time around. And of course, the perfect message came at just the perfect time when I needed it. So every week I get emails from Girls Night In, which is basically a newsletter that celebrates downtime and leading a slower and happier life. And this particular newsletter gave recommendations for changing your mindset if you have perfectionist tendencies. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely perfectionist. So the first recommendation really stood out to me. It's all about the idea that you should replace avoidance goals with approach goals. And essentially, an approach goal is something positive you aspire to complete, while an avoidance goal is something negative you try to prevent from happening. So an example of this would be if you're giving a presentation at work, an approach goal would be, I want to show everyone how well thought out my strategy is, versus an avoidance goal would be, I don't want to look like an idiot or that I don't know what I'm talking about in front of my boss. That would be an avoidance goal. So I found this simple mindset shift really helpful for me. And it's funny because the following week, I actually got tasked with creating a communications plan. Putting together an approach goal versus an avoidance goal really helped. So if you found this tip helpful or want to learn more about my life in life science PR, leave a comment below. And I hope you always remember to stay curious.